Thank you for choosing the Partition Network. Check out this latest episode of Choppin It Up with Lil Ron. If you like the episode, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like the episode, give us a thumbs down. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave the comments in the drop. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And also, last but not least, you can now purchase the new product line from the Partition, Choppin Up with Lil Ron, kickz&trickz, and more. Until next time, remember, anything is possible. I hope you enjoy this new episode. Welcome back to Chopping Up with Lil Ron. Today we have a very special guy in the building. He's a writer, he's a director, he's everything, man. Film writer, man. The list go on and on. I want to introduce to you guys the one and only Joseph Elmore. Hey, you know, Elmore remind me of a school. When I was on the north side of Houston, we had a school called BC Elmore in Houston. So that's why your name kind of stand out.
Those are my peoples. We own the building. You know?
Seriously?
Nah, I'm joking.
Hey, man, I was just going to say, like, oh, man.
Nah.
So I'm glad to have you on Chopping Up with Lil Ron, and I like to welcome people to the show. We are in season 2 now. So what I do want to do is introduce you to my fans, the people that know you, and on your end, and the people on my end that don't know you. So kind of introduce yourself, let my fans know who you are, and we can go from there.
All right. My name is... No, I'm joking.
I like that.
My name is Joseph Elmore Jr.
Okay.
I'm a writer, director, producer, editor. I've written, directed, produced, I think I'm like 8 or 9 movies deep now.
Wow.
Yeah, I really started in 2003. I wrote a movie called The Trunk, and it ended up having Brian White and Boris Kojo attached.
I know who Boris is. The bald-headed guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Columbus Short was attached for a while as well. Melee Entertainment was going to produce it. It was supposed to be my big breakout movie.
Man.
And as Hollywood things go, it fell apart.
Yes.
It fell apart. But then Greg Carter and Sean McElvin, they called me down in Houston to write a movie called Waters Rising, which is a New Orleans classic right now.
Yep.
And I wrote that movie, and that's how I ended up coming to H-Town.
Man, it is good. You know, H-Town, we always try to welcome. You know, every city is different, but I know we got that Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
We like to welcome. We show more love to a lot of people that come outside, and sometimes we don't show love to our own. And not saying that that's almost any city. Almost any city, they don't
really.
They just don't show love to what they need to show love to. But what I do like about you, it reminds me of that Master P approach. Because remember when Master P got ready to actually do I Got the Hookup.
Right.
All the people turned him down. They didn't.
About it.
Yes. No, Body was the first one. I remember
right.
Body when he actually shopped that around. But that movie, I Got the Hookup.
Mm-hmm.
He actually wanted to get that done. Now, Body was banned from the movie theaters. I remember that because it was on the box. Because I'm a real big, huge Master P fan, so I do remember that part right there. But when they did I Got the Hookup, that actually put him in the door to even better. And that's still a classic movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Now, what's the protocol for hands? Because I told you I feel like Ricky Bobby up here in Talladega Nights.
Man, look, man, you do whatever you want to do with your. Hey, I use my hands for everything I do. What person do not talk to somebody and not use their hands? 'Cause I could be on the phone with somebody talking and they can't see me. I'm like, look, man, I told you that this is what it's gonna be. People be looking like, man, wow. But yeah, now what got you started? Put that spark in you to say, hey, look, this is what I want to do. I want to make movies.
Crazy thing. Okay, so I'm in college, right?
Okay.
I got hired as a sophomore to coach basketball. Division I basketball. I got hired under Coach John Beeline. Coach Beeline ended up coaching Michigan to a Final Four, and he also ended up coaching Cleveland Cavaliers. But he hired me as a sophomore on his staff because he was coached Canisius College in Buffalo, New York, the college I went to. But while I'm going through that thing of learning how to be a coach, I'm taking classes.
And education is important.
Exactly. So I take an English class, and they you got to pick what English classes you want. And I see screenwriting. I saw creative writing and screenwriting. I took both of those at the same time, and I'm learning how to write a screenplay. And I'm reading about it, and it's saying that screenwriters control Hollywood, and I'm thinking about, you make money off of writing movies?
Yes,
that's crazy. I'm like, that's a living? Because to me, that's fun.
That's right.
Like, that's a fun thing. Like, I never imagined, you know what I'm saying? It's weird. It makes no sense to me now, but back then, I couldn't imagine somebody making money off of writing a movie.
Not to cut you off, I had a guest on here last season. Her name was Valencia Lee. She's a good writer. I'm telling you, a good writer. She's working on a project with me that we're doing right now. We're finna get ready to put out at the end of this year. And she pretty much did the same thing that you did. And she came from a college out of Dallas. And we don't have a lot of black writers and black directors because we don't have a whole bunch of them. We got some people, they will write, but scared to take that chance. Like, well, no, I know how to write, but I'm not going to write because I don't think I'm good enough for Hollywood. I'm not good enough. They're not going to accept me to do this, and they're not going to buy my stuff. In reality, we got all the tools and the knowledge. The technology has changed.
Exactly.
People don't understand. iPhones and MacBooks have enough technology, you can almost shoot your film on your telephone.
True.
Versus all the big equipment, like back in the days, you got all the big equipment you got to have and stuff. You don't really need that no more. When I shoot my shows, I'm not ashamed to say it, I shoot mine on an iPhone. I believe in Apple from day one.
I saw somebody who said something about, they said, what's the best advice you can give a young filmmaker? Shoot something.
That's right.
I don't care what you use. Shoot something.
That's correct.
So, yes, if all you got is an iPhone, then make that iPhone work for you.
That's right.
It's that simple.
Because I tell people the best investment in the world is when you invest into yourself.
Absolutely.
So if I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a phone to use, I have nothing against Android. I'm not going to buy an Android phone because an Android phone is not designed, not saying it can't do it, it's not designed to do what the Apple can do. Macs are known for good video and audio. If a person know their technology, they know Apple is number one. Now, can everybody afford Apple? No. But I tell some people, you can get a secondhand Mac, and it will do just as better as the Mac that you go buy right now.
No doubt.
And people, they don't realize that. So once you turn back around and you got that itch in college and you pick what you wanted to go do.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write screenplays. So my college professors, they bring me into a room and they said, hey, we really think you should be a novelist. And I'm like, I really want to write screenplays. And they were like, in order to do that, that's like an $8 million one shot that you'll ever make a movie to go to theaters. So 5 years later, my movie Speed Dating gets picked up to go to theaters. It's got 23 cities around the country. Out of all the cities, one of them is Buffalo, where I'm from. And I'm like, that's crazy. Because I'm in Houston by now. No, I shot the movie in L.A., but I'm in Houston when it come out. Wow. And to look at the list and see Buffalo, New York, it was crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, I accomplished the goal of having a movie to go to theaters, but also having it be in Buffalo. And so, the petty in you be like, I hope one of them go to see the movie. And be like, oh, shoot, he really did it.
You'll be shocked.
He really did it.
You see how you travel out, and then when you left out, like long as I'm here, nobody never pick up on nothing. But once I go and step outside, some kind of way, somebody thinking like, hey, let me check this out. Oh, he's from your city. Oh, really? For real? Like, yeah. I've been here all along, man. Y'all would never give me a chance, but boom.
Right. You just got to go make it happen for yourself. And like you said, you got to really believe. You have to believe when nobody believes.
And I did that with my team. They know, I remember when I first started, I actually, when I started to go into film, the gentleman that I dealt with was was from New York. His name was Shazelle Bush. And I always think and I always respect that brother because when I came to him with an idea what I want to do and I came with a vision, that man actually was there. He backed whatever it is, my brother. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna try it. I remember we was doing a basic film edits at Phil and Derek's, and he was showing me like the basic one-on-ones. I said, man, we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna take it to the extreme. From there, led to COVID. After COVID, I told him, I said, man, I think I know what I want to do, man. I want to turn back around. I want to shoot this movie called She. So I break the movie down to him, and he said, okay, yeah, man, we're going to make it happen. He said, what you going to do in the meantime? So I decided that I wanted to do what I'm doing now. But when we got ready to start off, it was kind of rocky in the beginning. Mm-hmm. I told him, I said, well, this is what we'll do. Let me turn back around and go from doing that. Let me go to kickz&trickz. And from kickz&trickz, when everybody told me it was not going to work, kickz&trickz paved the way to where you sitting there right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
And without the director and the producer and the man, Richard Opina, that came in a little later, none of this stuff won't even exist. I got commercials after commercials, branding after branding. Mm-hmm. My water earlier that you actually take. And by the way, how did the water taste?
It was great. It was nice and cold.
You know, I try to
tastes like water.
I want to brand myself. Being branded is like real. I got other actors I'm working with. Booker, which he's called a broker. We got him all over the kickz&trickz. He got his King's Lounge coming out. T. Carter is a hellified brother, man. He's always there. I mean, Anthony and his wife, Mikhail Rose. Just the whole team of people, because there's so many people on the team, but I know everything works out for me. Got my own beard all, carry-on beard all, which is right here. But Valori's skincare, yeah, she hooked me up. I got my own cigars. How many people can say they got their own cigars? I got my own cigars. All this stuff came into play. My documentary movie, which is coming out this year. But your movie, Gutter. You know, when I heard it, I said Gutter. And you know, when I heard about it, I would look the trailer up. Mm-hmm. Man, that's the. Some people have movies, and they movies are classified as low budget or a movie that's okay. I tell people,
this ain't that.
It doesn't matter as long as it leaves exactly from where it is on your hand, and it goes to a main media format. If it's debuted at a theater, you did something. Mm-hmm. And some people, they don't understand. They think like, oh, man, Spider-Man came out. Man, it's in theaters everywhere. Sometimes it don't actually have to be at theaters everywhere. Mm-hmm. Some people forget about film festivals. Film festivals are actually really good because you get a chance to see pre-movies before they even come out. Like,
yeah, we're going to battle on that thought, but okay.
Well, we got the Leon's Top 5. Leon is was a cousin, a brother, and a friend of mine. We always do this every episode. Mm-hmm. Tell me your top 5 artists, dead or alive. Rap, R&B, gospel, jazz, country, whatever.
You're talking music.
Music.
Number 1. Oh, well, this is a tough one. Because my number 1 is, oh, boy. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I'm also a huge Prince fan.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to myself, how do I put one over the other? And some people might think, well, Prince, obviously. But, yeah, what Jay did in music, I so respect. Mm-hmm. But so did Prince. So I'm going to go Prince number 1.
Okay.
Jay-Z number 2.
All right.
Rick James number 3.
Okay.
I'm from Buffalo, New York, and Rick James was huge. And I've got ties to Rick James that don't nobody know about.
Speaking of Rick James, I love... one of my friends the other day, we was riding somewhere, and I let him hear a song he never heard before. I said, man, you ever heard the Ghetto? He was like, Ghetto? I said, with Rick James and Busta Rhymes. He was like, no. I said, hold on 1 second. I played the song. He was like, where'd it come from? I said, pay attention. You don't pay attention to your music. I said, the Ghetto, that song is an underrated song that's actually really good that people don't even pay attention to.
Exactly.
So you got Rick James.
So that's what, 3? Mm-hmm. Boy. I never thought about everybody. Because I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan.
Oh, I like Killer Bees.
I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan. But because when you talk about your top 5, you got to be honest about who you really listen to all the time. You know what I'm saying?
My number one that stays in my top 5, Tupac is always going to be in my top 5. Always.
Thank you, Biggie. Biggie's my number 5.
I'm
not a huge Tupac fan.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people ask me.
I'm from the era, and it's the reason why I'm not a big fan is because I watched Tupac's real career, and I watched the career that he gave to people.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying? It was 2 different things. Some people from the hood think Tupac really was a thug.
And I tell people, it wasn't like that. Tupac used to have to dance on the stage with Humpty Hump. But
right.
People don't get it twisted, because Puff Daddy used to do the same thing for Heavy D.
But he never painted himself as a thug.
Yeah. And you know, some people, you got to remember, Pac was born into that era. His mom was a Black Panther. And they instilled in him like you
go to school.
Go to school. You got to be hard. You got to go do this. And over the years,
Juilliard.
Yes, and you put all that stuff together. And I tell people, and they always try to give me the stories about Tupac and Biggie, and I always tell them, look, at the end of the day, Tupac know what happened, Biggie know what happened, and the man upstairs know what happened. Nobody that come in between can actually change that. Biggie had his success. I'll never take that from him. Mm-hmm. Tupac has his success too as well. I feel like both of those brothers, their lives was meant to happen, and it was meant to make it short-lived. And the reason why I say this, if Tupac was still alive and Biggie was still alive, everybody that came after them, they would never got a chance.
I agree.
It would have never.
I agree.
Like, you got your Jay-Z. Jay-Z was going to do his thing, but
he could have never been him.
Yes.
Because them two was so don't get it twisted. I won't take nothing away from Tupac. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying for me. But the respect for his career, that's a whole nother ball game. Mm-hmm. Because as an artist,
actor,
Tupac was freaking amazing.
Yep.
Incredible. Nobody can touch Tupac as an artist.
That's correct.
Because his acting ability was Oscar worthy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? His music ability was high level.
That's correct.
So you're talking, as much as you like Ice Cube, he's never an Oscar worthy actor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But to be an Oscar worthy actor but still be that dude in rap, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Nobody. DMX, he was that dude in rap, but he was never Oscar worthy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to get one that can dominate every
both
field.
Exactly.
Yeah, for Versace. Want it. Hey, Tupac, I need you to model my stuff.
He can model. Tupac could do whatever he wanted to do.
He wanted to do. He actually really he paved the way. That's why you got your Lil Waynes and your Nellies with the tattoos on their back. Tupac made that cool.
Absolutely.
He made that cool to take your shirt off and you tat it up.
See Thug Life
like
yeah.
So everybody that comes, they don't understand he paid that way. But some people, I ask them when they listen to Tupac, do you listen to this Tupac and do you listen to what he say, or do you just look at him and just say, Tupac, man, he was thug and gangster stuff? Listen to the message that he was given. That's how you're gonna understand.
And that's why, like that's why I say don't get it twisted. I respect him as an artist because I did listen to the music. I've been listening to it from day one. Mm-hmm. That's why when people say he's number one, because of they go by All Eyes on Me and Beyond.
Now you got to go back.
I go from Trapped.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Tupacalypse Now.
And Tupacalypse Now and all that. Those are two different guys.
I still listen. I was listening to Pop Song the other day. See, some people don't even know what Pop Song is.
Exactly.
I had to play catch by myself with the songs. And people, they don't understand. People think that Dear Mama was the first song that he made. That was like that. That wasn't that. The Pop Song was actually the first one he made about a parent, where he basically break it down about his mama. Then you got your Dear Mama. I watch him grow over the years because I'm 40 years old. Mm-hmm. The Lord still say the same. I'll be 41, so I'm in that area. I know I watched Tupac grow, and I tell people,
he grew. And see, that's my problem. I watched him grow. And I watched him fall. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He let the nonsense, you know what I'm saying, become him. And he knew better. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was smart.
Very smart man.
He was super smart. And he knew he had let it get out of control.
Sometimes it's the people around you.
Exactly.
Your circle that turns back around. And I tell people, I always respect Tupac, and I always respect Master P for Down South. And the reason why I respect Master P came in at the right time. Right when Tupac died, he was probably the only artist. He paved the way for, get it twisted, Cash Money would do anything. Not gonna never knock them. But he actually kicked that door down to make people listen, hey, look, he's the only one that opened the CD up. Master P probably one of the first ones to get his music played in New York.
Yeah.
Because New York is one of the hardest places to get somebody to play your music.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing.
Especially from down south.
There you go. And then when I saw him, how I knew Master P really was on, when I saw him on that track with LL Cool J, and I think it was 3-2. Was it Mike Check 3-2-1?
5-4-3-2-1.
5-4-3-2-1. When I saw him on there, I already knew he was on. I said, man, if you can get on New York people stuff, then he already had, I think, what's his name, Mr. Servon. I think he's from New York, and he because Mr. Servon did stuff too with I think Big Punisher. I think Mr. Servon did stuff with them too out there in New York, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, but it was good to have you on the show. I am definitely gonna bring you back. Trust me, man. We got a lot of stuff, man. We share with each other.
We just finished another movie, Platinum, which is the prequel to Gutter.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna be shooting Gutter 2 in the summer, and we're about to do a romantic comedy in March.
Okay, well, man,
So
we're gonna probably have to collab on some stuff too, man. But I tell you what, until next time, always remember, anything is possible. Thank you guys for choosing the Choppin' It Up with Lil Ron show. Until next time, we out. Peace.